Okay, now let's have a look at the application form. So if you click apply now, just take a second to load. There we go. So this is the application form. Very easy. You just work your way through it. Obviously, if you're an agent lodging on behalf of a client, you'd tick yes. Now you obviously write in whatever referring company you are, and then the agency code that was given to you when you signed on as a partner. If you aren't, then obviously it's a no. Now the client's tax file number, very important. We need it to be able to cross-reference with the ATO. The full name of the client that's on the title. Now that should be the same as the tax file number. So if it's a trust that's purchasing the property, or a self-managed super fund, or any other sort of entity, that tax file number should correspond. Obviously, if the entity's got an ABN, you can put that in there, but that's not necessary if not. Now we go down to the entity type. Obviously, this is based on the above. If it's an individual, which most of the time it probably will be, you will obviously select individual. But if it's any of the others, obviously you just select it. So if it's a trust, company, super fund, or another corporate sort of entity. Now we'll leave it at individual for the moment. It'll ask for your date of birth of the applicant, the email address where you would wish the certificate to be sent to. So you can either, if you're an agent, you can get the certificate sent directly to your email address, or alternatively, you can get it sent directly to the client. Now, obviously, the phone number of the seller, in case we need to get in contact for any reason. Generally speaking, we won't need to, but occasionally something does come up. Now, and then the current address of the vendor. So after we do that, actually what we'll do, we will put through a dummy claim. So we'll say it's Acton. The code is 2017. Now put a dummy tax file number in. John Doe, individual. Now he was born on the 20th of May 1981. Now let's put we'll just make up one. So John.Doe at hotmail.com. It's all good. Now phone number. Again, I'm just making up these numbers. Now address. Let's put 125 which is Terrace in Perth, WA 6. Cool. So you can always save and resume at a later date. I generally would say just go through it because it's pretty quick, but you can always do that. So now we've put that personal information in. You click next. So that's going to bring you to the settlement details. Now, if you're an agent and a client has just engaged you, more than likely you're not going to, the property hasn't been sold yet. So you won't actually have the contract date and the expected settlement date. If you're getting the certificate at a later period, then you might have those figures, those dates. if you put those in, then obviously that will help. If not, it's not a huge deal. You'll just click next, and now we've just got a questionnaire. So, has your residency status changed since your last tax return, or will it before you sell the asset? Pretty straightforward. Are you an Australian citizen or a resident, or are you not? And is it going to change during the period? So we're going to say no. So John Doe has lived in Australia his whole life and he's an Australian resident. Have you lodged a tax return for the last 2 years? Yes, he has. Are you holding property on behalf of a foreign resident or on behalf of other entities that include a foreign resident? In this case, it's John Doe buying it personally, so no. Are you migrating and settling in Australia or have been settled in Australia? Now, John Doe was born in Australia, so he's not migrating. Are you returning to live in Australia? Are you an Australian returning to live in Australia? No, because he hasn't obviously left Australia, you can't return. Have you stayed or do you intend to stay in Australia for 6 months or more? Yes, because he lives here full time. Do you have social or economic ties to a country other than Australia? No. As I said, John has only ever lived in Australia. So then we click next. Have you been in Australia either continuously or intermittently for 183 days or more in the current income year? Yes. Is your usual place of abode outside of Australia? As I said, John lives in Australia, so therefore it's no. And you'll click next. Now, this is the standard terms and conditions of the engagement. So the responsibilities, our fees, etc. You click next. Now, declaration, do you agree to the terms and conditions? Yes. Now, if you agree, it'll pull up a signature box. And if you're on the computer, as it says, use your mouse or finger to draw a signature above. So I'll just draw a bit of a signature. Now, we'll click next. Okay, so as you can see, the normal price is $225, which includes GST. As you're a partner of Property Clearance Certificates Australia, you get a discount of 10% off of net of GST and bank fees. So you get a $20 discount, which brings the cost to $205. Now, I'll just get the credit card information so I can show you the whole process. Okay. So you'll scroll down. The credit card facility is used through Stripe. It's all secure. All the card details obviously are encrypted. So you'll put credit card number. Now that's a test number from Stripe, so it's not going to work if you put that in there. Your verification code, so that's the 3-digit code on the back of your card. So we'll put 892 and the expiry date. So September 21. Okay, so information's in there, so it's $205 that's going to come out of that card. Now, make sure that we're not a computer, so just copy the info and click Submit Form. Okay. Now, it'll take a second. And that's it. So thank you for successfully submitting the form. That form has now been sent directly to our professional staff that all encrypted and password protected. So that's all you have to do. We will do everything from now, and you will just receive the clearance certificate in the mail via email in the next week or so, generally speaking. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, as I said previously, please do not hesitate to contact us.